What you know good, my friends? It's been a while since I've seen you. So today on You Can't Tell a Fat Man Nothing, since I live in Nashville, Tennessee, I thought I'd do some Nashville hot lollipops. That's right, Nashville hot lollipops. Let me show you how I do it. So Nashville hot is just a hot chicken, fried chicken basically. A lot of people come to Nashville to try. My favorite hot chicken in Nashville is Princess Hot Chicken. It is to die for. If you're in Nashville, that's the one you want to go see. All right, so I just got me some chicken legs, drumsticks. Basically, we're gonna turn these into lollipops. It's gonna be a fun little trick to show your kids or a school event, or if you just want to feel fancy for your bride or your husband, this is how you're gonna do it. Let me wash these up and I'll be right back. All right, so I've washed my chicken legs, just basically rinse them off and pat them dry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these chicken legs and turn them into lollipops. I do this I do a little function at church. I cook for the kids, and this is one of their little favorite things. It's really cute. It also gets kind of fancy. You can do this with barbecue chicken. You can bake them like this. And basically what I'm doing is I'm taking some shears and I'm gonna cut around the bottom of this leg. And I'll cut all the tenders. It does take a little work, but end result is really, really cool to see. All right, and I use several different knives, as you can see, and a pair of scissors to cut all those tenders and liquids. All right, so once it's cut, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on the top. We're just gonna push it down with our fingers. I put it between my two fingers like this, and just push all that meat and expose that leg, which makes it into a lollipop, as you can see, just like that. And then what I do is I go in and I trim the ligaments out and make it nice and pretty and presentable. It does take a little work, but I promise you the end result will be worth it. Just like that. And that's a chicken lollipop. You can also take all this part off, which I will probably do, just to make it a little bit more presentable and look a little nicer and cleaner. All right, let me get these done and I'll show you when I'm done with it. All right, I got all my lollipop chickens done. Isn't that adorable? All right, we're gonna deep fry these. You can bake them, you can put them on the grill if you want with some barbecue sauce, but I'm going to fry that. So I'm gonna make my liquid batter. I'm gonna put some buttermilk into a bowl. 3 eggs. I'm gonna soak these. You can soak them for as long as you want. Some people soak them for 6 hours, some for 20 minutes. So you can soak them as long as you want. But make sure, whatever you do, always season also. So I'm gonna put some garlic powder, some cayenne, a little heat, but our ending is gonna be really hot on our sauce. Some onion powder. I'm gonna put some Kinnard's salt, pepper, and garlic mixture in here. Some Tony's. Again, you season it however you like it. And some garlic salt. And then we're gonna whisk this up. Let me get that was attractive, wasn't it? I'm gonna whisk all this up. And I'm gonna set these lollipops inside here, and I'm going to let them sit for a little bit. You know what I'm also gonna do? I think I'm gonna put some Louisiana hot sauce in here. A few little dabs of hot sauce. Use Tabasco, whatever kind of sauce you want. All right, got this all nice mixed. I'm gonna plaute my lollipop chicken legs in that sauce and let that marinate. Get it all in there and soaking up. All right, I'm gonna let this sit for probably about 20-30 minutes in here. If I had fixed this earlier, I probably would have set it for a little bit longer, but 20-30 minutes is good enough for what I'm gonna do because I'm just gonna fry it. Be right back. So I have my wet ingredients already soaking with my chicken lollipops. I'm gonna get my dry ingredients ready. So I'm gonna do probably 3 cups of regular flour and 3 cups of self-rising flour, and also with a little bit of cornstarch. I like my chicken a little crispy, and the cornstarch helps that, along with the self-rising flour. Now, you don't need this much, probably. You can cut the flour ratio however you feel like it. I just want to make sure I have enough to coat all my chicken legs, chicken lollipops. I'm just going to sprinkle this in. I'd say about 2 tablespoons worth. And then you want to season your flour as well. I'm going to use some Tony's. This stuff is going to be seasoned for sure. Some garlic salt. Same thing I tossed into my wet, I'm going to put in my dry. So season it all up. Don't forget to season because you want it to taste. You want it to taste good. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of black pepper. Hope y'all try this. It's gonna be good. I know. I know. Anything fried is good to me. But these cooking videos put a little bit of weight on me. So, all right, I got this seasoned up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go whisk and then just kind of whisk this around and get this ready and set for when ready to fry my chicken. Okay. As you can see, I'm whisking my flour together, get all those seasonings. I don't want white. I want a little color to this flour. That means it's gonna be seasoned, okay? And you're gonna taste all those flavors. So season up your flour. All right, now I'm ready to batter up my lollipops. All right, so we're gonna take it from our wet into our dry. You can take it, put it in a bag and shake it if you like. I usually just use a big bowl. I wanna coat it up. And I'm gonna let it sit in this batter here until my oil is ready. And if you see that your lollipop is not keeping form, just go ahead and form it up. I'm gonna fry probably 5 at a time. I want my oil to be 350 degrees or close to it. I don't want it to burn my legs, so I wanna watch it. I will cover it and let it cook for a bit, but I'm gonna get these battered up and then I'll put them into my oil to get these nice and crispy, nice and coated. We want it to be 350 degree oil. We want these to cook to 165 degrees. Got my 5 chicken legs battered up, and they'll go on the fryer in just a second. I'm gonna check my oil, see if it's ready. A little sizzle in there. See how it's foaming up? It is. I'm gonna go ahead and get my chicken legs, shake off the excess lollipops of the flour and just stick them in there slowly. I'm gonna do all these. I think I'm gonna do 5, but I think I might be able to get 6 in my Magnolite. So I'm gonna do those slowly in here. You hear that sizzle? Oh, God, it don't. That's not my Aunt Joyce's fried chicken, who can fry chicken like no other. It's the best chicken ever. But this is good fried chicken, Nashville hot. I'm going to be able to get 6 in here. So let me get all 6 of these in here cooking. And I'll be right back and show you what our next step is. I got my chicken going. As you can see, I'm going to go ahead and put a lid on it and let that cook. I did turn my fire on just a little bit lower. But I'm going to let this cook so I get a nice good crisp, and my chicken is 165 degrees. All right, so while my chicken is frying, I'm going to go ahead and make my hot chicken glaze. I'm going to use 1 stick of butter. Put it just in this pot, just like that. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of cayenne, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of Tony's. Now you can use any kind of seasonings you want, and you can take or take away. You can add or take away. Use 1 tablespoon of hot sauce. Actually, I think I'm gonna do 2. All right, so this is the base. I'm also going to use about 1 to 2 cups of my oil that my chicken's frying in, which is going to melt my butter and then stir all that together. And that's what we're going to do to glaze our Nashville hot lollipops, okay? Be right back. And I forgot to tell you that I need to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar to this. This sugar is going to offset some of that heat. Sorry, but I forgot. Make sure you add the brown sugar. check and see how our chicken's doing. Ooh, she's looking pretty. I need to turn them. We'll make sure that they're all getting nice and golden. Before, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I can see it all crispy and... All right, my chicken is done. I just took the temperature to 165. Actually, it's more than 165 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and get those lollipops out. Put them on a cooling rack. Just like this. Let that oil drain off. These look so freaking good. Can't tell this fat man nothing, I'm telling you. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get some Tony's. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of seasoning on top of that. Alright, I want to get to a clean working station, so I have my seasoning for my glaze. I got my oil coming over, hot oil. I'm going to slowly pour that over. You hear it sizzling. I'm going to do 2 cups of this. I might not need 2 cups. I'm not going to do 2 cups. I'm going to just do 1. I'm going to get my whisk and slowly start getting all this incorporated. I want to melt that butter in this hot oil. Might take a little bit, but it will melt it. Get a nice glaze. As you can see, smells good. Ooh, Lord. Well, maybe I should have melted my butter first. I thought it would be melting a little bit quicker. It used to. Maybe because my butter wasn't salted. Soften your butter before you start this. All right, let me get this melted real quick. Hold on. I did end up adding about another half a cup of hot oil in here. My butter is melted, as you can see. Well, there's a little small piece that's not melted. What I want to do now is I want to taste it and see how it tastes and see if it's hot enough, if it's too hot, if I need to add anything else to it. This is going to be our glaze for our chicken. That is yummy. I am going to add a little bit more Tabasco and a little bit more cayenne. Not much. I think it has heat. It has really good heat. And that sweetness of that brown sugar sets it off nicely. You can use honey if you want to use honey instead of brown sugar. But I think this will actually do it. Alright, once you have your glaze done, get your lollipop and just coat that sucker up. Look at that. Dripping with nothing but goodness. And then set it back on the rack and let it cool down. Not really cool down, but you just want to let the seasonings all marinate into that crust. Look at that. Alright, let me get the rest of these chickens done. And I'm going to show you how to play it and with what I'm going to play it with. It's going to be good. Let me show you how I plated it up. I made some turnip greens and some mashed potatoes with the cream gravy that I made from my scraps of my fried chicken. And so I'll take my lollipops. There's 1, 2 lollipops. Let's crisscross them so they look kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? Make them look presentable and nice. And I'm going to get my glaze. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of glaze on top of that. I'm telling you, it's so freaking good. You gotta try this. Hey, and if you don't want to do the lollipop, do chicken breast and cut it up into nuggets. Let's do that. Oh my God. The sweet, the heat, all the seasonings in there. You hear the dogs? They want some of this. You gotta try this. Nashville hot lollipops. Can't tell fat man nothing. See you next time.